To begin, pick one color. I'm going to pick yellow. I want to have my finger over the cap, and I want to give it a couple shakes to make sure it's well mixed up. Then carefully pull the cap off, and then you're going to create one teeny weeny little dot of color on here, like a pea-sized drop, okay? So I'm going to turn this upside down because I never know if my paint is runny or if it's really thick. And I'm just going to see if it comes out on its own. Oh, look at that, okay? That's all I need. A tiny pea-sized drop of paint. So you even want your blob of paint, your blot of paint, to be smaller than a penny, okay? Once you have your first color, you are going to take your clean paintbrush. You can double check that it's clean by rinsing it, wiping it, and just giving it a squeeze in a paper towel. But paint one small circle wherever you'd like. Okay, notice it's tiny. I'm not painting a big circle. And then you're going to put your paintbrush away and rinse it. And then you're going to pick out a second color, any color you'd like. I'm going to try blue. I haven't used that yet. I'm going to put my finger over the cap, shake it a few times, hit it or smacking it against my fist. I'm going to open it up, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I don't want to put my paint on top of it. I don't even want to put it beside it, but I always leave a space between my colors. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm not going to squeeze it because look at this. The blue is very watery, okay? When you put out your second color, you want to make it a little bit bigger. You want it to be the size of a penny, but that's it, no bigger, okay? So a penny-sized blob. And then wipe that paintbrush dry, squeeze it, and this time you're going to start trying to make changes. Now, dark colors are very strong, so I'm going to try and take a little bit of paint, okay? Notice how I have just a teeny weeny bit, and I'm going to put it in there and look at the change it makes, okay? Now, as I stir, I'm trying to keep it near the middle, okay? And then I'm going to paint it around my dot. Once I've gone all the way around, I'm going to rinse this paintbrush off, wipe it dry, and give it a final squeeze, okay? And then I'm going to try and make a little bit more of a difference. So I'm going to get a little bit more, okay? And notice how I'm not smearing it all over. I'd run out of paint, but I'm just trying to push it back towards the middle as I get it mixed up. See how that's different? It's getting darker, isn't it? And if you can't notice any difference, go back and get some more of that other color. And then I go and I'm going to paint it on, going around the outside. And you can see how just a little bit of color will make it different. Okay, I'm going to go all the way around. And if it's helpful for you, you can take your paper and kind of turn it. Sometimes that makes it a whole lot easier, okay? So I've gone all the way around. So I'm going to rinse my paintbrush, push it down to the bottom, wipe it, and give it a final squeeze. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and get a little bit more paint, just a teeny weeny bit, okay, not very much, and I'm going to stir that in. Notice I'm not smearing it all over, I'm just pushing it back towards the middle, okay, and then I'm going to paint another ring, okay, just like that, okay, and I can tell it's different, so that works. Okay, again, if it's helpful for you, you can turn your paper. Oh, it's getting scratchy. That means I need to go back and get some more paint. Okay, I'm going to go all the way around. If it's helpful for you, be turning that paper. Okay, so rinse it, wipe it, squeeze it. Okay, and each time I'm going back and getting a little bit more paint and stirring it, okay? Oh, and look at that. Isn't that a pretty teal color? And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to paint around. And you just keep going around and around, making more changes. Oh, that got really scratchy. So I'm going to go back and get some more paint. All right. So you're going to keep going and making more and more changes to it. You know, uh-oh, I kind of ran out of paint on here. Do you see how it, what I can do is I can wet my paintbrush and just make it more watery, okay, to make that paint last a bit longer. That worked really well. So you're going to keep adding more and more of that color until you can't see any difference. So I think by this time, it's just gonna be blue, okay? So I'll make that my last circle, and I'll go all the way around, okay? So I'm gonna have you paint your first circle, okay? Let's review how we'll do that, okay? So in just a moment, what you're going to do is you're going to pick one color, okay? Maybe I'm gonna have white as my first color. I'm gonna shake it up, okay? I'm gonna pull the cap off, and I'm gonna turn it upside down. Am I going to squeeze it? Nope, I'm just going to let it drip. And how much paint? A teeny weeny little dot, just a pea-sized dot, okay? Pretty small, okay? And because I already have blue on here, I don't need to add another color, okay? So let's review. First step is to go and paint my circle, okay? Right there. And then I rinse my paintbrush, okay? And then I'm getting a teeny weeny little bit of paint, okay? Little tip, a little bit. And I mix it in there. Can you see it got, it turned a bluish color? Careful not to smear it all over the place. And then I'm simply going to go and paint that around, okay? And then I rinse my paintbrush, wipe it, squeeze it, and then I go and I get a little bit more and I stir it in. And if you ever feel like, you know, I can't really see much of a difference, just go and get some more paint, okay? But stir that in. Oh yeah, that's different, okay? And I'm careful not to just smear it all over my paper because I would run out of paint. I wouldn't have enough to actually put on my artwork. And then I can go all the way around. So today you're going to have fun making changes in color. So again, rinsing my paintbrush, squeezing it dry, and adding a little bit more. Look at that. Very cool. I think I want to do a bit more than that though. There we go. So you are going to be making gradual changes. Okay, just like that. And we learned that trick. If you ever run out of paint, you can go back and you can simply get some more, okay? Or add some water to it to help it go a little bit longer. Have fun.